Clara loved old things, dusty books, faded photographs, forgotten toys. So when she saw the antique shop, she had to go in.
The shop was dark and musty. Cobwebs clung to the corners like spooky decorations.
Clara wandered through the shop. She stopped at a tarnished silver hand mirror. Its handle was cold. Clara held it up. For a moment she saw something strange, a flicker of movement behind her. Clara spun around. There was nothing there. "Just my imagination," she whispered. But her heart was racing. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her. Something in the shop wasn't right.
Clara bought the hand mirror. Back home, she placed it on her nightstand. The flickering movement in the shop's dim light was gone. She examined the mirror closely. It looked normal, but she couldn't shake the creepy feeling.
That night, Clara woke with a start. A cold shiver ran down her spine. She could feel someone watching her. Her eyes darted to the mirror. Two eyes stared back at her, eyes that weren't her own. Clara gasped and scrambled back. She blinked, and the eyes were gone. Had she imagined it? The mirror looked innocent, reflecting her own frightened face. Clara tried to calm her racing heart, but deep down, a terrifying thought took root. The mirror wasn't just an old mirror. It was something else, something sinister.
The next day, strange things began to happen. Clara heard whispers when she was alone, soft, mournful whispers that sent chills down her spine. They seemed to be coming from the mirror.
One afternoon, Clara picked up the mirror. She could have sworn she saw a faint figure in the reflection. A young girl with long flowing hair and sad eyes. The girl seemed to be reaching out, her mouth moving silently. Clara dropped the mirror in fright. It clattered to the floor but didn't break. The whispers grew stronger, echoing around her. Clara felt a cold hand grip her arm. She screamed, scrambling away from the mirror's chilling touch. I decided to uncover the truth about the mirror. I went to the library and researched antique mirrors. Finally, I found a mention of a mirror like mine. It was said to be cursed.
The mirror belonged to a young girl named Isabella who lived in the 1800s. Isabella's parents were very strict. They locked her in her room, forbidding her from having any fun. One day, Isabella vanished. Some say she ran away. Others say she never left her room. They say her reflection became trapped in the mirror.
My blood ran cold. Isabella's sad eyes in the portrait haunted me. I knew then that the whispers, the cold touch belonged to Isabella. Isabella was trapped, and she was trying to reach out. I was terrified, but I had to help Isabella. I returned to the antique shop. The shopkeeper, a hunched old man, looked at me with knowing eyes.
The mirror. It hungers for company. It wants to trap a new soul.
How do I stop it?
The curse can only be broken if the mirror is destroyed. But be warned, whatever is trapped inside will be released.
I knew what I had to do. I grabbed the mirror and ran. I had to destroy the mirror, even if it meant unleashing whatever evil lurked within.
Clara ran until she reached the bridge outside of town. This was it. She had to be strong. With a sob, Clara raised the mirror above her head and slammed it down on the stone railing. The mirror shattered into 1,000 pieces.
A cold wind whipped around me. I looked into one of the shattered pieces. Isabella was gone. I sighed with relief. I had freed Isabella.
But as the wind died, Clara saw something terrifying in the remaining shards. It wasn't Isabella who was free. It was Clara who was trapped. Her reflection in the broken pieces no longer looked like her. It wore a look of malicious glee, and it was reaching out, ready to claim the world beyond the shattered glass.